My name's Sean. I used to do a lot of online dating because when you look at me, I look like I should be working for Dr. Frankenstein. I used to try to talk to girls in public. Never really went well. My friends used to tell me, just be yourself. Do what comes natural. Well, I tried that once. Went to my local Taco Bell. The girl at the window was super beautiful. So I gave myself a pep talk and said, all right, Sean, let's do this. Be yourself. Do what comes natural. So as I handed her my debit card, I stopped and I smelled it right in front of her. Apparently, natural me is as creepy as I look. I had to snap out and be my natural self because I was afraid if I didn't, I was going to hit this bitch upside the head with a shovel and have her in my trunk. She must have been a magician because when she came back as a black man. He looked way more scared of me than she did. I felt bad for the guy because when he came back, or when he handed me my food, I thought he was going to cry. He looked at me like Freddy Krueger was in the car. So this is why I don't online date. My friends had always told me all the girls you meet online are weird. Turns out that's true. Met one girl who claimed she had a demon living inside of her. Had another one that claimed she only drinks and murder and genocide. That was pretty awkward because the only question I thought to ask was what race. So I met one girl, we hit it off pretty well. Until one day she told me a very sad story of how her dad used to kick her wearing boots. Yeah, I didn't know what to say to that. I was like, man, that guy sounds like a piece of shit. I'm glad he moved away. But then she flips out on me saying I was an asshole. Don't talk about her family like that. I was like, okay, calm down there, boot prince. It's okay. I learned my lesson though because on our next date, she told me another story of how when she got in trouble with her parents, they'd make her eat spicy peppers. And if she threw up, she had to eat it. Who the fuck's your parents? The creators of Fear Factor? If she got a bad report card, did she have to eat bull testicles after? I ended up bringing her home to my house. When I say my home, I mean my parents' home. So I'm 26 and I still live at home with my parents. I lived in the same room since I was in the 3rd grade. And it shows. My walls are covered with comic book characters and cartoons. When she came in my room, she was walking around my 3rd grade bachelor pad. She said, "You fuck bitches in here?" It really stuck with me the rest of the night. Especially when I was fucking her late at night, I was like, oh, you goddamn right I fuck bitches in here. I was with one girl for a while. We had sex a few times, and I said, hey, you got any weird kinks you want to try out? She goes, I got one, but it's stupid. I said, no, just tell me, it's okay. She said, okay, I want you to have sex with me while wearing a Spider-Man costume. Well, fuck, I stand corrected. I did tell her what I wanted to do. I wanted to fill her ass with whipped cream and eat it. She was down with it, but my parents won't let me share whipped cream with them anymore, so we have to get that out. I said, hey, well, pick out your favorite kind and we'll try it out. So she did. Fast forward to the day of, she's naked in my bed and it's supper time. I sucked the whipped cream up her ass and I pulled the trigger. That's when I realized I made a mistake. I let her pick out the chocolate whipped cream. It looked like she just shit all over the bed. I looked at it like I just walked into a murder scene. She said, are you gonna eat it? I was like, yeah, bitch, I'm trying. I finally got the courage to do this. I said, I leaned in, and I was like, man, if God's watching, he's about to change the channel on this one. Got 2 licks in, made her take a shower. Met another girl online. It was pretty nice. But every time we'd have sex, she would bite her lip and close one eye. So the whole time I'm trying not to laugh, because I'm thinking she's about to drop the dopest Popeye impression on me. Which never killed my boner, by the way. In fact, after a month of dating, I started keeping cans of spinach by the way. Yeah, my friends will always ask me, is it weird to bring home girls to your house because you live with your parents? I mean, not really. The worst part is after I drop them off and come back, my parents will roast me about it. That girl's head's weird. What's wrong with her voice? I think that one was a dude. I mean, they're mean. Like, I remember one day we were driving down the street and we see a hooker walking down the road. My mom's like, man, look at that crack whore. And I was like, yeah, it looks like something you see on this mattress. So I dated one girl for a while, and one day we had lots and lots of sex. We're covered in sweat. We're sitting in bed, and I noticed her pussy started smelling a little weird. But I said, now I'll make a cute joke about it. So I said, hey, your pussy smells like Long John Silver's. She didn't find it as funny as I did, but we actually dated for 3 years. In fact, she was the first girl to ever give me a blowjob. It blew my mind. It blew my mind so much, I asked her out mid-blowjob. I was like, oh, God, please do this forever. And it was magical. She actually spent Christmas with me that year. Everything was going well. We listened to Christmas music, opening gifts. Everything was perfect. Up until she opened my parents' gift, which is a gift card to Long John Silver's.
We got the X-rated part of the show out of the way from that earlier, so that's a good job though. All right, so I got to read the next intro off my phone. Everybody else wrote it down. You had to email it, didn't you? Okay.
I wrote it.
You did write it. All right, here's the intro. Hi Alex, it's David Talent. You said you wanted us to write our own introduction. Oh, okay. All right, so this gentleman has performed at the Golden Nugget in Las Vegas, the Magic and Comedy Club in Hermosa Beach, California, the Magic Castle in Hollywood, the Fontainebleau in Miami Beach, several theaters in Pigeon Forge. Well, you really downed it there. You went to start out in Vegas and then went to Pigeon Forge. All right, good job. Now you're taking my class. You're like, now you really gave up. Okay, all right. But is most notably known as a fixture at Dollywood for 27 years. Guys, give a huge round of applause. A very, very funny David Talent.
Thanks, guys. He left out this J, David Talent. And this feels strange to me because I've been in front of a lot of crowds, but I have never, ever cursed in front of people. So, you can hear me now?
Yeah.
No, okay, it's more better. So, what the fuck? Let's give it a shot. It's J David Talent. I've always been known as David Talent, but I put it's the initial J, not J-A-Y, it's J. Talent is not it's not stage. I wouldn't make up something that big. It's just David, call me David. And people sometimes they say, what's the J's going to stand for? You'll figure it out. Genius. I don't have any material memorized. All I have to do is recollections of, well, now I do. Okay, let's play a little trivia mind experiment. Don't give me any answer. Just see if you can figure out who I'm talking about. If I said American Gigolo, Pretty Woman, some of you don't immediately think Julia Roberts. Julia Roberts wasn't an American Gigolo. Let me give you another clue. An officer and a sorry, an officer and a gerbil. You see, you figured, okay, here, this might help. Rolling, 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 peas and flaming, swollen, gerbil in his colon. It felt good when it wiggled, squirmed around and jiggled, but sitting on the cloud, he damn near died. Clues continue. He did the Amsterdam, hamster cram. He ran the road in his rear. That goofy ignoramus shoved a gerbil up his anus when the ship was stuck in gear. Richard Gere. Oh, I have much more time for laughter. Okay, Galapagos. There's a word. When you hear Galapagos, a lot of you probably think of Galapagos Islands, or turtles, Darwin, evolution. I can close my eyes and hear the word Galapagos, and I immediately picture my ex-wife taking off her brassiere. She was not always a galopper. Yeah, well, she's hot. Well, I wouldn't say hot. She's beautiful. More in a glamorous, sophisticated Mickey Moto, Ferragamo shoe wearing kind of Jack Gilmass's beauty. Her boyfriend before me, you wouldn't believe it, took. So there's no Clooney, George Clooney, not some random guy that happened to be named George Clooney. He's George, sexiest man in America. Clooney, I was with her 30 years. Do you think she ever woke up, rolled over, looked at me, and had a regret? Probably. And I mean, she was gorgeous. When I met her, 5 foot thespian. She was an actress, stage thing. Not, well, she was a singer. It's mostly, anyway, she was gorgeous, kind of sophisticated. 5'6", 118 pounds, size 8, double D. Natural double D. And she was always gorgeous. She's still gorgeous, but she did change over the years. I mean, every natural large breast, and they're going to at least have a little flank when to take off the bra. But this, she went from 118 pound 38 double. Now it's a 38 double D. That's the size bra she wore. One cup ran over, and the other cup, let's just say it was a double D, and it was kind of like a D minus. You're interrupting my time. She'd have to kind of, one cup run over the other one. She'd put a couple of cotton balls and stuff, so it didn't have an indentation. But she was very sophisticated, kind of glamorous. She would never, she wasn't a trashy kind of thing. went to New Orleans, I could not persuade her to show her breast image. But what I'm in Sanibel Island, Florida, I did persuade her to enter a wet t-shirt contest, and she did good. She came in first and third. Oh, really?
You still got a minute.
I have a minute. Okay, well, I got a lot of stories, but I don't want you to think I was always joking around and cutting up. She was glamorous and high, and I'm not doing the shirt. All right. Some of you think this is just a tone down my old married master. I don't know, correct me, guys. That's why I'm wearing this. And some people think I'm homo. No, that's a bad word, I guess. I'm not gay, I'm not homosexual. I just like to taste the damn things. You catch them at the right place at the right time. It's kind of similar to salt and vinegar chips. But anyway, I treated her good, and I was not always joking around a clown. I did in New York. We were in nice restaurants. Our anniversary, I took her by let's see, I wrote you something. If a face has launched 1,000 ships and the legend of Troy is true, your face is going to launch the ship. But it looks like it's christened a few.
Keep it going for David Talent. That's the second time I've ever had to stand there and go like this to somebody while they're on stage. The first one was from my very first class. And Ray, you probably remember this. I had a 85-year-old retired Southern Baptist preacher. Took 2 classes. And so we were at this show. The night of the show, he comes up to me, he's like, Alex, I'm going to tell an off-color joke tonight. It's his last show ever. That scared me because he was an 85-year-old retired Southern Baptist preacher. I didn't know if it was going to be racist or just dirty. So he's like, don't worry, Alex, it's just a dick joke. And I was like, I've never been so relieved to have a preacher tell me he's just going to do a dick joke. So anyways, he's up there and nobody could hear him. And everybody's like, Alex, we can't hear the preacher. And so it was one of the most awkward moments of my life. I have an 85-year-old preacher telling a dick joke, and I'm back there going like this to him the whole time. And I caught myself, I was like, this is weird. So it wasn't quite as weird with David, but.
All right, let me get your intro over here.
All right, you guys ready for your next one? Yeah. Y'all are getting less enthusiastic. Get everybody's at one time. All right, so your next guy up is Tim Ahrens. He's an attorney licensed to practice law here in Tennessee. He has an office in Sevierville and specializes in DUIs. If you get pulled over tonight, his number is 865-365-1184. This whole class is just a big sham for him. He's just trying to get in front of people. Guys, give a huge round of applause. Very funny, Tim Ahrens.
No, that's fine. That's fine. We've wiped it since. So anyway, if anybody does want another beer tonight, let me know. And if you do get pulled over tonight, I'm going to tell you the first thing you want another beer. All right, I'm going to give you a card. The very first thing to remember tonight, if you do get pulled over by the police, is don't talk to the police. Go ahead and just roll down your window a little bit, and give them their license and the registration and that stuff. There's absolutely nothing that your drunk ass is going to say to the police officer that's going to convince him not to arrest you at 3 in the morning when you've got drugs in the car, you've got beer all over the place, and you're drunk. So just go ahead and just tell him, this is my license, my registration. I used to have a prosecutor that used to talk to these guys, and he talked to them real sweetly. And they get up on the stand and they admit everything. And then you hit her. Oh, yeah, you know. Oh, but then you hit her. Well, yeah. And they'd come down and they're like, yeah, you know, I did really good. No, you didn't get an idea to talk to the police at any level. I'm trying to get a DUI defense firm and trying to do that. It seems instead all the judges are doing is appointing me on cases where the client has spit on their last attorney. And so I'm thinking of putting on my website that I'm a spitter defense attorney. And I've actually got a few of these. In the house tonight I have a friend named Larry Kim, he's right here. And I actually represent the man that spit on him not very long ago. And I just tell you as his attorney, when you're going in and you're like talking to the guy and you're going, okay, so what happened to the last? Oh, you fucking spit on him. Oh, well, that shows a great deal of confidence. I've got a defense built for that one, and I'll share it with you real quick. I'm gonna tell the client, the jury at the end of the trial. I'm gonna say, I've known Mr. Chim for 30 years. We've been good friends, and I'll tell you that not once in those 30 years did I not want to spit on him. From talking to him, from being around him, I wanted to spit on him every time I've talked to him. I can tell that you and the jury today, from nodding your heads, you always tell them to nod their heads even if they're not, half of them are brain dead. So you just say, and I can tell by you nodding your head, they're like, oh shit, I better nod my head. So you're getting them to agree with you. So you say, I'm going to go ahead and just tell you, half of you wanted to spit on Mr. Chim when he went ahead and testified earlier. And so the fact that I didn't spit on him, the fact that you didn't spit on him is our defense, because if you did not spit, you must acquit. Thank you very much. So I represent a lot of people for a lot of different things, and I'll tell you what's funny is you have these cops that add on stuff. And what I mean by that is you're charged with manufacturing methamphetamine. You're charged with child endangerment. You're charged with a slurry of things that are, just stupid. And then at the end they have the PI. The PI means public intoxication. And so what you have is you have all these serious charges, and then you have the fuck you pig charge. And what I mean by that is they've told the cop at some point, fuck you pig! And so he just added that on. And so as a trained attorney, I can read that and go, oh, okay, you can get along with the police. Actually, I'm at a point in my legal career, I've been doing it for about 20 years, where I can sit there and I can actually talk to my client the first time and tell what he's charged with. Without looking at the warrant, without looking at the indictment, I can sit and talk to him and I can say, all right, he's got 6 tattoos, 7 teeth. Well, I know there's a PI in there somewhere, but there'd be something else, meth, heroin. I tell you this, I had one recently where I talked to the prosecutor. I went into court and this guy said, hey, I want to hire you. And I said, okay. So what are you charged with? He said, indecent exposure. Well, if I can get it worked out, I can make that work. $1,000. So I charge him $1,000 and I take him out and tell him, okay, let me go in and talk to the DA. So I went and talked to the DA. The DA says, I get the guy's name and he says, oh, you represent the Mad Whacker. Okay, now first of all, if he's got a nickname with the DA, before you even go in there, you didn't charge enough money. So I'm thinking, that's a $5,000 case right there, if they already got his nickname. So anyway, I represented the Mad Whacker in Sevier County, and I got him a good deal. I got him off. Yeah, well, thank you. Well, that's why you're a trained comedian. So, I'll tell you about this latest one that I had. My thought is that if the prosecutor's laughing, he's not prosecuting. And so what I try to do is I try to find some kind of levity for something. I had my friend Josh over at my office. He does a lot of collections work. And so he and I were talking and he said, do you get a lot of letters from the jail? And I said, well, yeah, actually I do. He does it. He's a collections attorney. Boring. He's not up here. Oh, well. Anyway, so I get this guy and I got a missive from him. He sends me a missive. I'm thinking, what the hell's a missive? He sends me from the jail. I received your missive. What the hell's he talking about? And so I looked it up. It means he sent me a letter, which is unusual. And in it, he starts out, he says that he actually was walking down the street and found a baby possum laying in the road. And so, well, to cut to the chase, because I know I've got to, what I've done is I showed the DA this picture. And what I said to the DA is, I said, General, can you resist those eyes? Because my client couldn't. And what had actually happened is the guy actually was caught in a public bathroom with that baby possum and a bag of weed. And so the next thing I said to the general is, I said, General, you've got to do something about these damn drug-pushing possums. They're getting my clients in trouble. They're pushing weed on my clients, and I don't appreciate it. Anyway, needless to say, my guy's still in jail. Thank you.
But 2 left. So, it's over. Got a lot of other comedians in the house tonight too. All right, guys, here's your next one. Let's give him a huge round of applause. All right, here's his intro. All right, here's the oddest, most dreamy guy I know, Mr. Stephen Fitzpatrick. Guys, give him a huge round of applause.
It's quite the act you follow right there. Yeah, it's a pretty good looking crowd in here tonight, I guess. Some of you anyway. Super hot. Yeah, I actually used to be ugly like a lot of you guys. Just a big mound of fat and shit. Dating was a lot harder back then, obviously. Dating when you're a big fatty compared to this bod now. Dating when you're ugly is it's like you're a pinch hitter, you know, you get 1 every 100 games you get to go in, you're always on the sideline like a piece of shit, you know? Finally get your step up to the ball game, get called in, your friends go out with a bunch of hot chicks, then you finally get the chance to go up there, finally. You're such a loser. And then, totally forgot what I was going to say. Well, anyway, when you're a good-looking guy going out, it's like you're Mark Boyer, all roided up, playing t-ball, you know? You're just sitting there like, wow, ladies, you're just sitting right there for me to hit. Wow. It's going really, really good, isn't it? Yeah, dating's a lot different when you're better looking, of course. You don't have to try, really. Just kind of hit it out into the field. Trot to first, skip second, because you don't really give a shit. All of our fat, ugly friends are in the outfield trying to fumble the ball around, so you just skip second, go right to third. They're all pissed off, obviously, trying to call you out, calling you a piece of shit, whatnot, but you still don't care. They're still on their 4th attempt trying to underthrow second base, so you just get to third base, leg it, and you just trot home, still don't give a shit. And yeah, just pick your bat up off the ground, slap the box one more time, and you're ready for dinner. It's going really, really good. Anyway, I think that'll be the rest of my time tonight because I'm just killing it so hard right now. Thank you guys.
Guys, keep it going for Stephen Fitzpatrick. I've been in big shows and I've just forgot everything I was going to say before, so you know that feeling. All right, you guys ready for your last comedian of the night? Before I bring it up, I want to say thank you all again for coming out tonight. It really means a lot. It's really fun to watch them. They've got 3 more performances, so if you get to come out and check it out, it's cool to watch them get better and better each and every time. I guarantee you they'll all be better, except for Ray. This is going to be Ray. I'm sorry, I had to do that to you. You know I love you. All right, let's give a round of applause for our last comedian. She's a Nebraska Cornhusker who volunteered to relocate to Knoxville. Guys, give a huge round of applause for the one and only Laura Corrigan.
All right. Confession. I didn't join Alex's awesome class because I want to be a comedian. I'll do my best. But I saw the catalog. Hey, public speaking class, several weeks, 2 hours in a class, meet in a bar sometimes. Yes. Right. So I'm kind of new to Knoxville, so I don't have my girl hat who I can go out drinking with and get out and be crazy and stupid. So I thought, yeah, I'm gonna take this class. I told my husband, honey, there's a public speaking class at UT on Tuesday. Are you good? He's like, yeah, you're good. Like, he has no idea where I am. So I walk into class and I'm really excited. I'm gonna make my new girlfriends, right? It's gonna be great. And as you all see, these guys are absolutely hilarious. I am the only girl in the room. I am always the only girl in the room. So I grew up with 4 brothers. And their 50 friends that were over at all times. They tease me constantly, so, you know, you're fat, you're stupid, you can't do this. So I went to engineering school to prove them wrong on some points. Engineering school turns out to be actually all boys also. So, joke's on me. But I'm more comfortable, right? I kind of know how to handle that. I know how to work socially with guys. I grew up that way. What I don't know is like, how do you present all this to God? How do you do the girl stuff, right? How do I present myself to guys? And my inability to do that is kind of what got me to Knoxville. So I had a really great job interview. Manager of in an engineering company. I work on cell phone towers that you see everywhere, so steel towers. They recruited me, they sent me out to buy a house, you know, they look at houses, all the whole thing. They said, you've got to do 2 peer review interviews before we will hire you. So what that means is I have to go in a conference room with 5 guys and me twice. So an hour with each group, and I have to say, okay, this is who I am. So, all right, I got it. I put on my favorite blue shirt, and I'm ready to go. I read Sheryl Sandberg, right? You lean in. So I come in the room, I sit down at the conference table, 5 guys across from me, and I lean in, and he says, you know, hey Laura, so tell me about yourself. I said, well, I am passionate about steel erection. My specialty is monopoles. I love teaching new engineers new skills, but I have no fear to like crack the whip if anything goes wrong. This was such a great interview. I'm leaning in, they're leaning in, everyone's got eye contact. I feel like I'm, yeah. So I get a break, right, for the next group, and I go to the bathroom and wash my hands, and I lean into the mirror, and that's when I see what you all see. I was giving a total tit show to this whole group of guys. That's why they were watching. All right, it's okay, maybe they didn't notice. So, my words were good though, right? Like, I sounded smart. And I thought about that for a minute. No, I pretty much sounded like what you all thought. Like I was applying for a dominatrix role. So the next, I had to go back for the next interview. I sat down, I leaned back, I watched my words and got through it. A couple of days later, when they called to tell me I didn't get the job, they called, oh, went so well, you really liked me, what happened? Well, gosh, Laura, that peer review was really important, And one group really liked you, but the other one was like, eh. Like, I didn't ask which one. So, worked out for the best. I got to come to Knoxville. Love my job here, and I love that I got to be here in Knoxville and enjoyed it. But still looking for like, where's my girl pack, right? So, of course, it's all males in my group now, but a girl in another part of the office felt sorry for me. She says, hey, you should join our book club. I said, yes, I know what book club is. My mom did that. One Tuesday a month, you just go drink wine as much as you want with all your friends, and it's okay. I want to be in a book club. So I was really excited. I put on my face, and we were meeting at a wine bar. So that was like, yes, you are the right book club for me. All right, so I come in my favorite outfit, and I look really nice. And I sit down, there's just one person there, and she's just got a glass of water. She's like, oh, I have to go to the doctor tomorrow. I'm like, all right, that's fine. I'm gonna go ahead and just get a bottle. That's what you do, right? You're at this wine bar, and I'll have a bottle. If I share, I'll share. Then the next women come in. No one is dressed, right? They're like, oh, I took my kid to a softball game. I was working in the yard. Like, they're in shorts and a t-shirt. There's lots of Tennessee shirts. I'm like, all right. So me getting dressed up for this event was not worth it. And water, iced tea, Diet Coke. Like, okay, totally different. And then the worst of it is, they read the book. Like, they actually read the book. And we were supposed to talk about it. I didn't read the book. So, I have a whole bottle of wine with a group of women I've never met. And they're talking about a book I haven't read. I'll just keep sipping on my wine. So as the night's going on, and I don't know, they're talking about something, and I'm watching towards the bathroom. Like, there's just something over by the bathroom. I look smart, right? It looks like I'm listening. If I just keep looking at whatever is over there. So the end of the night, they ask, are you going to be okay to drive? Is it going to be all right? Like, I might need a car.
Hey, I'll give you a car.
Like, no, I'm good, but I gotta tell you, I'm gonna go, I've been looking at this thing back in the corner. And, they're like, there's like a little man staring at me, I swear. Like, I can't, something's back there, and it's been looking at me all night. So they just think I'm nuts, right? Because I'm drinking, didn't read the book, I'm dressed like I'm going to prom. Little worried. So anyway, long story short, right? I did not make my girl pack that night, nor was I ever invited back to book club. But I have to show you. This is